Well, this is where the old post was at. I made it a lot bigger around. I took that hammer drill, drilled a bunch of holes around it. I got a piece of it still in the center of it and I can't get it out. So I think I'll take some tie wire, wrap around that thing, and use this long bar I got here. See if I can't pull it out. And I got to do the same thing with this over here. I don't think that everything with this is rotted, I think. So it might not be sped, but I'll go out about an inch or two all the way around and drill a bunch of holes. And then I'll take and beat it out like I did this one over here. And I got these things coming supposedly tomorrow, I think. Put the concrete in there, stick them in there. And it's got a thing for a 4x4 post to fit in. And it's got these things coming off the bottom of it. That way your 4x4 is not sitting in the concrete and it's not sitting on the floor. You can leave it up off the floor a little bit if you need to. I want to put those up for my center support out here. Because I want to go from the center where these holes are over that way is about 15 foot over that way. And I'm going to run two 2x8s, the full length of this right here, and have these right here for supports in the center. And that'll work out pretty good, I think. I just got to make sure I got them centered up good. Something else I got to do. I got screws out here at the corners, and I used the 3, 4, 5 method to make sure my corners were square at that corner and that corner over there. So should be fairly square. It was only off like a 1/4 of an inch or so. It was all it was off the first time. So I moved it a little bit, got as square as I could. This hole right here ain't even gonna be used. I'll just fill it in. And I got some old bolts there I got cut off where they had a metal post out here on the outside. My wall was gonna come in right about here. I drawed it in about 6 inches or a little more all the way around. Instead of a 30 by 30, I'll have 29 by 29. Because their edges were just so bad on this thing. Terrible edges. And I didn't want to be trying to fight that, so I just come in about 6 inches all the way around. But if you stand out here and look at this, from out here, man, it's got a big old curve. You can see that hole right on where a post was at, and look how much it curves out going over to that, and does the same thing going over to the next one. I mean, this one here done the same thing here. It ain't straight for shit. That's the reason I'm just going in 6 inches. Well, 6 inches at the corner. It'd be more than that in spots. It'd be 8, 9 inches in some spots. But I'm gonna try to get started putting some walls up. I still got to get this post here down. There ain't no 911. Hell, I might leave it there for a little bit until I get my wall there, help hold the wall up, until I get the anchors in and everything. It's a job. Pinched my finger a while ago. I have a blood blister on that bad boy. It's sore as a toothache. But it's a fairly thick pad. It's at least 4 inches. I was really surprised. But everything else they done around this place is so shoddy, but it actually supported a fairly decent thickness of pad. So it's at least 4 inches, maybe a little over 4 inches in some spots. So that's good, and they got wire in it, but the thing about the wire's not in the concrete. They put plaster down, they put wire down, they ain't putting nothing on the wire to hold it up so it can be in the concrete. But they ain't got no cracks in it. There's 1 or 2 little small cracks. Nothing to. There's a little crack right here, which is nothing really. That's the only crack in the daggone thing that I've seen. So, anyway, I'm picking away at it. This takes a little time. I'm fixing to go in and start cooking some fried chicken. So I'm ready to get started on that. All right. This is where I had an old post in this garage out here. And it was rotted off, but it left a piece right in the center. And I'm making it bigger because I'm putting a new post in, so I got to get this old piece out. So I took some tie wire wrapped around it, and I got this pry bar here. See if I can pull that bad boy out of there. So there goes nothing. Well, like it's coming out. Look at there. Good old wire. Man's best friend is wire. All right. Well, that come out pretty easy. Pretty wet down there too. Of course, everything out here is wet. Literally. I mean, we got enough rain last night. It lasted us a while out here. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is this over here. This is probably going to be a little bit too noisy, but we'll see. Right on through that time. on something in there. Thin in places, thick in places. Well, I done hung on something. Oh, this hammer drill, boy, is the best thing since sliced bread. Think about it, you ain't got to press hard. You got to keep good pressure on it, but you ain't got to just try to force it. I mean, that's the reason that hammers and drills, it'll do it itself. You got to keep a steady pressure on it. Ah. Old and worn out. I ain't talking about the drill. this is how I did it on the other one over there also. Same way. Now I put a straight blade on here and just put it on the hammer and hammer that stuff out. And I got a wedge, a big long wedge, and a sledgehammer. I have to use that a little bit too. But I'm waiting on those other two pieces. Hopefully they'll be here tomorrow. Got to get some concrete and some bags, Sackcrete, Quikrete, whatever. There's all kinds of this. That's the main two. And put those things in. I'll make sure I'm gonna get the tape measure out and try to make sure this is all squared up like it's supposed to be. It's the only bad thing with doing something else by yourself. Be nice to have somebody hold the other end of the tape measure. But, you may think I got those screws in the corners and everything over here, so that'll help, But doing stuff by yourself is a whole world of experience, which I've always had to do everything by myself pretty much. Seems like, I worked on jobs where, I had help, but as far as anything around my house, everything, I had to figure out to do it myself. Especially when we first moved here. Working on that house, I didn't know anybody to call. I had a brother in Georgia. I'd call him, ask him some questions. He was a master carpenter. But I had to figure a lot of stuff out myself. And I did some stuff wrong. And I'm probably going to have to correct it, at some point. But, especially on the floor joists. It is what it is. I'm just going to say you learn by doing. You might do it wrong, but most of the time you can always correct it. Might be a little more aggravating, correct it later, but that's just the price you pay for learning stuff. That's about the way I did with all this right out here. This right here is, I worked on this floor out here. Today I had a piece of jug of Simple Green degreaser. I had some really, right out here in this spot, right out here, it was really thick and I guess 40, 50 years of grease. And people had, I guess they never cleaned it. Only thing I can think of. And I put a narrower width nozzle on my pressure washer, and that helped a bunch. And I really got it a lot cleaner because it was really black. It was kind of black almost like this right here. Except it was worse. It was like 10 times worse than that. And I got some other spots I still ain't got, but I want to go and get it because this is where I'm going to put offices right here on this corner right here. So I'm going to try to start getting some walls up. Got some spots right here, I'd like to get a little better. I took a grinder, I had a 9-inch grinder. I put a 7-inch concrete disc on it. Went along the edges here. Try to smooth them up a little bit. And I did a little spot right here. And it really smoothed it up. But I just ain't got that kind of time to do it. I was going to rent one of them machines. I never did. I got to get a garage up. I'll have to do some cleaning later on or whatever if I have to, whatever. I got to get me a garage put up so I can find my stuff. I got to get all this mess cleaned up there. I got scrap metal to take away. I got a pile of tin here. I got a big old metal post thing right here they had outside. I got a big old pile of metal roofing out here, old rusted crap and everything they had over for this shelter. There was a shelter right here over this tarp. I took it down and had this old heavy galvanized stuff out there. What to use to pour concrete on whenever, you're doing concrete over for a ceiling or whatever. That's what they use for roofing. Man, that stuff was tough. But I just got to get me a garage put up. I got all my stuff in my tent. I can't find anything. It's just an aggravating mess. So, and then it rained, like I say, last night. But today is the March the 16th. The 15th, which was yesterday, was Saturday. It came a storm. And man, I got water. I got a little waterfall right there. Just go right on down, right on down. So I got pipe I'm going to put in here. So when I get my backhoe back going, that's one piece up laying there on the dam. So I can help this erosion a little bit. It just makes this just a big old mess. That way I can get this stuff kind of clean. I need to get this cleaned up, but you know, I got no place to put anything. I've run out of room. But anyway, that's just the way it is. You can't hire nobody to help you do anything anymore. I mean, I've given up on that altogether. That's just a waste of freaking time to even ask anymore. But, you know, and I left my hat in the house too. I'm not used to seeing myself without my hat on. Yeah, it's a shame you can't get people to work anymore. And if you get them out here, they don't want to do anything. So that's another problem. I don't know what this world's what's going to happen to it in another 10 years or so. Of course, I'll be 69 this year, so another 10 years I'll be 79. Of course, by that time, I might be kicked off by then. I might not even have to worry about it. Who knows? I might live forever. Nah, probably not forever. I got so much stuff I want to do. Time's running out, you know. I ain't going to live forever. We're going to try to, you know, take a few more trips in the motorhome. So, just one of them things. Time can get away from you real quick. So, anything you haven't done and you're a middle-aged person, you better get on the ball and start doing it. When you get my age, your time is really limited. I mean, my wife says, "Oh, it ain't that bad." I said, "Well, yeah, it can be that bad." I mean, yeah, I got relatively good health, but you don't ever know what's going to happen. I mean, I could kick off tonight, as far as I know. I mean, I don't think I will, but you don't ever know. I mean, I've seen perfectly healthy people live a healthy life all their life and then just drop dead the next day right out in the middle of working somewhere or something, you know. So, I mean, you can't take life for granted, and we all do it, and think, oh, I can do that later, I can do that later, I can do that later, but you know, sometimes later don't ever come. So, just need to take a little time and do some stuff you want to do, and enjoy life a little bit, you know. I took off all this coming week coming up from work, because I work on my garage. I'll try to. And see if I can get started getting some walls up. So that'll be another whole thing. So we'll see what happens, you know. See if I can turn this thing off.